Coming up this morning on Daybreak, a local neighborhood association didn't let a no keep them from providing meals for others. And Mercy Hospital released a video of what it looks like inside a COVID-19 unit. We have that video to show you. Also, you might want to think again before feeding your pets your Thanksgiving scraps. We'll tell you why in just a bit. These stories and more coming up this morning for you on Daybreak. Good morning, and thanks for joining us. Today is November 26th. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you watching us from home. I'm Jennifer Abreu. Joe has the day off today. He's lucky, but meteorologist TJ Springer and I are here. TJ, we have the sun coming out later on today for Thanksgiving, right?
Holding down the fort on this Turkey Day, Jen. Yes, it's going to be so nice. Yesterday was kind of a gloomy day. It wasn't all that nice, and today will be a welcome sight, I think, for all of us here across the Ozarks. That'll be great to have that sunshine around for our Thanksgiving.
I think so. I think we're all thankful for that today, at least, especially with the fog we have been dealing with, a little bit of rain. But seeing the sun is just so nice. I can't get over it.
I know. I feel like it's going to be perfect. Get outside and enjoy it if you can. We do have that fog around, though. If you are heading out early on this morning, we have it here in Springfield. A live look from our downtown Springfield camera atop the Holland building looking off to the west. It sure does look festive over Park Central Square. Satellite and radar showing a lot of low cloud cover. We've had that clearing trend through the overnight. That's why we've had that fog develop here this morning. The ingredients really needed for fog to form are the calm wind and the clear sky, and we have had that visibility now at a quarter of a mile in Springfield, 3 in Clinton, a quarter of a mile also in Branson. Those are the worst pockets of that fog here this morning. And it is dense in other spots too, but I think for the potential to be even more dense through the early morning, we do have that dense fog advisory through 9 o'clock, and that does include the Springfield Metro. Another factor, fog could be freezing on contact because of the near and below freezing conditions. Springfield, we're at 36, but Branson, Harrison, Fayetteville, all in the 20s and 30s. Of course, we'll talk more about our Thanksgiving forecast, what we'll experience throughout the rest of our holiday weekend in just a little while, Jen.
All right, TJ, thank you. And as we eat today, you may be tempted to share some of your Thanksgiving meal with your pet, but you should probably think twice about that. Caller 10's Nigel McDonald is here to explain why sharing our holiday food with our pet isn't such a great idea. Nigel, good morning.
Yeah, Jen, well, good morning. We are all excited to sit down and enjoy our Turkey Day meal with our friends and family, but pet experts say those foods could be harmful to your family pet. Sometimes it's hard to say no to your pet, hoping for a little bite of what you're eating. But when it comes to your Thanksgiving meal, you may want to rethink sharing.
How often do these pets eat turkey and gravy and dressing and everything that goes on?
Veterinarian Dr. Philip Brown says these rich and fatty foods can cause stomach issues for our pets.
You can get gastrointestinal upsets. Also remember that turkey bones are hollow, chicken bones are hollow, so they tend to splinter. So you don't want the bones, really.
Brown says turkey meat can be safe as long as it doesn't have any bones, skin, or seasoning.
Shaved piece or so big as your thumbnail or something like that, but you really want to watch.
Once you're done eating, make sure your trash is secured and out of your pet's reach.
We don't want them getting into there because we have bone problems and we have definite gastrointestinal problems where they will eat too much and different things in there. So if you add gravy and if you add dressing, and if the dressing has onions in it, then onions are toxic to dogs.
Other foods that are toxic to your pets include
all the dessert items. They obviously don't need the chocolate. Also don't need anything with raisins in it because raisins are toxic to animals.
If your pet does get into any of the food this Thanksgiving or is showing any signs of illness, you should call your veterinarian or the Pet Poison Helpline. Well, that helpline number is 855-764-7661. Brown says if you're having guests over, remind them not to feed your pets without permission.
All right, Nigel, thank you. A good reminder. And a Thanksgiving meal for dozens did not go to waste yesterday. A last-minute change of plans gave homeless people at the Veterans Coming Home Center a great Thanksgiving meal. The whole thing was put together by the University Heights Neighborhood Association. The process started in the morning with a crew at their homes preparing and cooking the food. There were some making 15 pounds of potatoes with gravy and others smoking turkey for 6 hours. The original plan was to give all of the food to healthcare workers and nurses over at Cox Health in the COVID-19 unit. But after they found out the healthcare workers could not accept it, they decided to give it to homeless people at the Veterans Coming Home Center.
Little did we realize that it is not a safe situation to come from the homes into the hospital setting.
And so we decided to switch gears, and now with all the food that we're making for that, we're putting it to another good use.
And I quickly spoke up and suggested that we pass it to our unsheltered friends. We decided to make lemonade out of lemons, and here we are today, and I'm so happy about this.
If you or someone you know needs some help this winter, we have information about the Veterans Coming Home Center. All you have to do is just visit our website, ozarksfirst.com, for that information. Bringing crime into focus now, 2 people have been charged and 2 others are in custody after a drug bust in Vernon County. According to the Sheriff's Office, 53-year-old Harry Foreman, 33-year-old Cheyenne Hiley, and 2 others were arrested when they were found with large quantities of illegal drugs and a homemade explosive device. Foreman and Hiley each face multiple charges, including trafficking drugs and delivery of a controlled substance. Charges on the 2 other suspects have not yet been filed. And a man in Camden County was taken into custody after authorities found hundreds of marijuana plants at his home. The discovery was made when sheriff's deputies were trying to find the man while investigating reports of someone walking nude on State Highway 7. Once the man was found, police say he consented to a search of his home, and that's where deputies found roughly 278 marijuana plants in different stages. It was also determined that the man was not walking around naked, but in underwear. The man was released, but charges are expected in the future, and that's according to the Camden County Sheriff's Office. The latest on COVID-19, Mercy Hospital in Springfield has released a video of what it looks like inside one of its COVID-19 units. As of yesterday, the hospital had 98 COVID-19 patients, 28 of whom are in the ICU. 24 of those ICU patients are on a ventilator. Mercy says this is the highest number of COVID-positive patients it's had in the ICU and on a ventilator so far during the pandemic. Mercy Lebanon has 7 COVID patients, Mercy Aurora has 6, Cassville has 5, and St. Francis Hospital in Mountain View has 1.
I hope that the last moments of your life don't look like this, because this is what you'll see at the end of your life if we don't start wearing masks when we're out in public, when we don't practice social distancing, when we don't wash our hands frequently, because I promise you, this will be what you see.
A Missouri doctor recently published this chilling video recreating what a COVID-19 patient may see in the moments before they die. In the now viral video, Dr. Kenneth Remy hovers over the camera in full PPE, giving the viewer the perspective of someone lying in a hospital bed. Dr. Remy says he has treated more than 1,000 COVID-19 patients, ranging in age from 5 to 98 years old. In the last week, he said he's called 11 families to tell them their loved ones didn't make it. Those experiences are why he says he made a public plea to the community to social distance and wear masks. And if you want to be a part of cheering on those on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have an opportunity for you. Healthcare workers could use some encouragement this holiday season. So we here at Color 10 want to show appreciation to our local healthcare workers, and you can help cheer them on. All you have to do is grab a holiday card the next time you're at the store, write an encouraging message, a thank you note, and then mail it to us here at Color 10, 2650 East Division Street, Springfield 65803. We will deliver the cards to local hospital workers. All you have to do is get your card in the mail to us by December 11th. And now let's check in with TJ for a look at our forecast for today.
Thanks, Jen. Our daybreak photographer, Tim, hitting the roads for our live drive, seeing that fog out there this morning. That's going to be one of our main concerns early on for our Thanksgiving. Dense fog advisories have been posted throughout much of southwestern Missouri, northwestern Arkansas, including Springfield. We'll talk more about that coming up next in our forecast. Keep it here.